How's it going, everybody? My name is Lucian. In this video, we're going to be installing Docker on our brand new home lab server. This is going to be pretty easy. Should be a super simple and quick video here. We're just going to go to the Docker documentation. I recommend going to the documentation yourself because things can change. So I'm pretty much just going to be trying to future-proof this video to where, something changes, just refer back to the documentation instead of me giving you exact stuff because things can change. So this is the documentation that we're going to be using. Like I said, I will have a link down to it in the description below. But we are going to open up our SSH. I like to use Tabby. Feel free to just use the command prompt like we did in the first video. So I have everything set up for myself right here for Tabby. If you need to set it up yourself, you can go to Manage Profiles and then click on New. We're going to do a new profile. And we're going to click on SSH connection. Call it whatever you want. You can call it my lab. And then we need the IP address of our server. And then we're not going to be logging into root. We're going to be logging into our user. And then if you want to set the password that you used, you can if you wanted to save it, and then we click on save, and then we have our profile here. And then what you can do, we can close this, we can close that, click on this little button right here, and then click on my lab, for example. All right, sorry, my server was turned off, but you can click on the button and it'll automatically connect you with your current credentials. Now we've already did a update and upgrade in the last video, but if you haven't, just sudo apt update and two ampersands, sudo apt upgrade -y, and then our sudo password, and then this will make sure that your system is up to date. So we're just going to wait for this to finish real quick. All right, now that our server is up to date, I'm going to open my browser back up, and I'm just going to click on copy right here to copy this entire command. We're going to leave everything as is. Pull up Tabby. I'm going to right click to paste. This might pop up for you. I'm just going to hit paste, and then it pastes it in my terminal. I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to run the command. And once that's done, we're going to go to step 2, and this is going to install Docker along with Compose, which is perfect because that's what we're going to be using later on. So we're going to hit the copy button right here, and then go back to Tabby. Right click again to paste. And then we're going to hit enter on that command as well. Then we're going to hit Y, then enter. And we're going to wait for that to install. All right, and that's done. Now, by default, Docker does run as root. So if we did a Docker PS here to list our containers, you can see we don't have access to it. But if we do sudo Docker PS, we have no containers right now, which is fine. That's normal. If you still want access to Docker, but without having to do sudo privileges, all we gotta do is add ourselves to the group. So we'll do sudo usermod-ag Docker, and we'll do the money sign user. This will assign whatever user that we're currently logged into. It'll assign them to the Docker group, and then we're gonna hit enter. And then if we just do a quick log out, and then with Tabby, I just press any key to re-enter. And just like that, I'm reconnected to my server. And then if I do Docker PS without sudo, I can see a list of containers. And that's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. And that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because in the next video, we're going to be installing Portainer, which basically gives us like a web GUI to manage all of our Docker containers. So instead of having to use the command line, we basically have a nice user interface that we go to like in our browser to manage all of our containers. I'll see you in that video.